Thank you for checking out Trivia Addict. This is a game very similar to Trivia Crack that most of your students and yourself are even playing. This is the PowerPoint. Just open it up, go to Slideshow, and click from beginning. This will be your main screen, just to get the kids excited while you're breaking them up into teams or small groups or even individual, one against one. Click anywhere on the screen and it'll take you to your main home screen. This screen shows you the 6 different categories which can be edited to fit any subject. You've got Team 1, Team 2, you've got a couple counters down here. You can click on them, they kind of keep track if you got questions correct. In order to get a token, one of these colored things in the bottom, you have to get 3 questions correct or land on a crown. You can also challenge the other team, and I'll talk about that in a moment, in order to steal one of their tokens or possibly lose one of yours. Each category has 10 little slices. Each of those slices represents a question. And we're going to go ahead and get playing here. We click on the little spinner, and it'll take you to the spinner screen. Click anywhere within the face. It is random, so you can click anywhere. And our category is reading, so we'll click on reading. And then we'll click any one of these wedges, and it'll give us a random question. So we'll click on this one here. Now, if you notice, it's very similar to Trivia Crack. There you got your question, which can be edited. You can add photos to it. You can even add photos now to the answers. You've got 40 seconds. It'll go from green to red. In the last 10 seconds, it'll actually beep at you. And we'll read the question. Alright. To choose the correct answer, or any answer, just click on the thumbs up. Once you click it, you'll know which one was correct and which ones were wrong, and get the appropriate sound. Now we'll click back on the crown, and Team 1 got 1 question correct, so we'd click on the counter. That way, if we got the next one wrong, we still get credit for that one we got right. Also, if you notice, the pie wedge that had the question we selected is now gone. If you did need to go back to that question, though, you can still click there and it will take you to the same question. Since we got it correct, we'd go to the next person on Team 1, click on the smiley, and spin the spinner. English and Language Arts. We'll click on it, and then we'll click one of these questions here. Alright, it's continuing to count down again like normal. Let's just say we get it wrong. So now we'd click on the crown, go back to the main screen, and that question is gone, and it would go to Team 2 now. They still get to keep the credit for the question they got correct, Team 1, but we'll go to Team 2. Go to the spinner, and we'll spin it. And it's a math question. And I like the new version. This is an updated version. You can now put photos within. These are just JPEGs, so that you can do a lot more with it with math. You've got more options. And this would be the correct one. And we'll click on the crown. We got it correct. Let's say that was our 3rd question. So we got it correct. Now the next person, well, that was our 2nd question. So we got it correct. The next person comes up. They don't even need to spin the wheel. They can choose any category they want that has not already been filled. And if they get the question correct, they get to get that colored token. So let's do history. Which one is George Washington? And let's say they choose correctly. We get to go back to the crown, and that was blue, history. We click on the blue token, and it is now blue. And then once you earn a token, and you can change the rules to fit your classroom, I typically go to the other team. That way it kind of gives a balance back and forth. Now let's say, for example, the game has been going on for a little bit, and you can reset your counters. The game has been going on for a little bit, and Team 2 has 2 tokens, and Team 1 has, let's see here, 3 tokens. And let's say that we spun the wheel, and it went around, and it landed on the crown. The crown is the challenge, so we'll click on the crown, and then we'll click on this crown here, and it'll take us to our challenge screen. You've got 9 different challenges. A challenge is a set of 3 questions. Typically, it'd have the opposite team, the next person in line, leave the room. They just stand outside the door where they couldn't hear or see. Stick them in a closet, under your desk, whatever you need to do. And then the person who's creating the challenge gets to choose any one of these, and they click the top of the circle. And it'll take them to one of 3 questions. And then the class is keeping a tally of the correct or incorrect questions. So what do you do? Add blah, blah, blah. We say water. Got it right. So now they are 1 of 1. And we'll click on the challenge icon here. Takes us instantly to our next question. Wilbur was a pig. So they're 2 for 2. Click on the challenge again. And we'll just say a race car, because it's pretty fast. They got it wrong. So they got 2 out of 3. We'll click on the challenge again. Now it's flashing. That way when the person comes in who was in the hall or under your desk, they know exactly which one to click to get the same exact questions. The class is quiet, showing respect, and they'll click the top also and get the same 3 questions. And the class is keeping track of who got the most correct. Let's say they thought it was one of those singing rats. Okay. And they said loud sounds. So the other team won. So to get rid of this, click the bottom of the circle and it'll make it disappear. Click on the crown and it'll go back. And whoever created the challenge, they will say team 2 created it and they lost. So they lose a token. And the directions are written in the PDFs that are attached with the file, so you'll be able to follow along and understand. And any questions, do not hesitate to ask. So the game would continue back and forth in reviewing your questions. The first team to earn all 6 of the tokens wins the game. But like I said, if you have any questions or any suggestions, please feel free to go ahead and post those on Teachers Pay Teachers. I thank you for your time, and have a great day. Enjoy.